Hey everyone, so today we're going to talk about how to create face painting designs using your iPad. I use the apps Procreate and PicsArt to create these. Now this is my daughter Scarlett. It's one of her prom photos. I thought she had a perfect amount of cheek there for me to paint on so I could put on my menu. We're going to start by getting our iPad. And I use the app Procreate. I did pay for it like many years ago for like $6. I know it's a lot more now, but it's super awesome. And you keep it forever, of course. So here's Procreate. So I do all of my designs in here. And this is Scarlett. And this one I did for Christmas, right? Santa Jack. And these are things that I would draw. It would be I feel it would be simple for me to do on the job without me practicing the design at home. So that's why I use this. Now, first off, you want to get the photo, right? Insert the photo, and then you want to create a second layer. The way you do that is you touch the little plus over here, and then it'll add a layer. But we don't need 3, so we're going to delete one. So on this second layer is the one that you're going to draw on. The layers separate one image from the other. So if I needed to delete it, what I drew, I could just swipe like I did to that layer and delete it. And then it would just leave Scarlett there. So you go ahead and look at your color palette, decide what color you need. For this one, we're going to do an alien because I need to come up with images for an eclipse event. So Procreate is great in that it has like clouds, bricks, all sorts of natural elements that you can use. And then you have your brush library here. So you can choose whatever. I chose dots. You could choose the size right here off to the left. And so I'm just going to choose like a purpley color. I love purple. And then just kind of, scatter it. I'm going to use this smudge tool. Looks like a finger. And just smudge it out a little bit. There we go. Just smudge it out. This is like my favorite tool. It's so great. So just smudge and smudge. There we go. And then we're going to erase. We're going to make a circle and erase the center part of it. There we go. Erase that part. And then we have to put the alien here. So we're going to pick a green, whichever green you want. But of course this is going to go, you have to practice. And I'm going to smudge the inside, the green, because it's dots. And there we go. Smudge, smudge, smudge. And with any image, like, you got to practice it. Like, I didn't get this right away. I had to, play with it. And, oh, okay. Well, I shouldn't do that, or I should do that. And so just play with it and see, and it's super helpful. So at this point, I need to add the alien, which is going to be a stencil that we're using on site. So I'm going to PicsArt, PicsArt. And then I chose, these are the stencils I made for the eclipse event. We're going to do this alien right here. So we cropped it. We're going to remove the background. And there's a tab there. It says remove background. This is the best it could do, which is fine. We can always fix it in Procreate. So we're going to apply, next, save. Make sure it's totally saved and you click done. All right, we go back to Procreate. And then we're going to add the photo. So add photo, insert photo. There we go. Put it where you want it. Make it the size you want it. And this is not true to size, but, it'll work. So what I did was drag that color into the circle of the alien, and it went ahead and colored it for me. I need some of that purple, those dots again. And we're going to swoop here really softly. Make that brush size smaller. Yep. And then we're going to swoop here, just fix it a little bit. No big deal. Doesn't have to be perfect because we're super close to it. So when it's like a bigger image and printed out, you're not going to see very much. So Oh, darn it. Smaller. There we go. And then we're going to smudge it out. Smudge, smudge, smudge. Smudge, smudge, smudge. And you have to do that. Smudge, smudge, smudge. Or it won't work. Just kidding. Okay. So here we have our little alien. Of course, you can add, subtract, whatever you want to do with your images. I think this is good. So, and I'll show you the stencil I made at the end. So here we have 3 layers. I'm going to put together the alien and the purple part. And then later, if I want, I can delete that. Like swipe that layer over and delete it. And Scarlett's clean and ready for another design. So here we're going to share. We're going to do a JPEG image because we're just going to print it. Save image. And it saves it to my photos. And then we go back to PicsArt. We're going to grab Scarlett. Crop her down. And then you decide what size, of course, right? I learned in journalism in high school that you should never crop ears, noses, chins, or foreheads. And so this is kind of nerve-wracking because in face painting you kind of got to sometimes because the image is small. But, oh, and arms and legs. Don't ever crop those. There we go. That looks okay. Remove background, and there's a you know, you'll be able to see where it says we're editing remove background. It's at the bottom. And then here I'm going to choose a black background. And I don't use numbers or ABCs. That, for me, if they tell me fun alien, I know exactly what they want. So this just makes it easier for my simple brain to know exactly what the kiddo wants. Because I don't know, my brain short circuits, you know. So we're going to save the image. And done. Then it's saved to my photos. And then we go to Word, Microsoft Word. This is just how I do it. I'm not saying it's perfect, but this is just my process. So this one looks smaller than that one. So we're going to go with that one. We're going to open up Word. Take this one out of here. Cut. Insert. Photo. That one's better. And then all of the images on my menus are 5 inches. 5.5 inch, and they're perfect square. So I just make sure it's right. And because I didn't sign in, there we go. And then go ahead and air print. This just means that my printer is connected Bluetooth to my iPad. So I can just, there it is right there, I can just print it. And then when it comes out, I'll cut it out with my paper cutter and then laminate it. Alright. So I've done a lot of menus using this process, even without a face, you know. This was Easter, so we did butterflies, eggs, Among Us, the rainbow. This little girl took her from Google, added bunny ears, worked out great. So here's Scarlett. Let's see. There we go. That's the first one. So you see how tiny that is. The other one's much better. So we'll go ahead and use that one. So like I said, this was just my simple process. Here's the stencil I made coming up. This is just my process. Doesn't make it right or perfect or whatever. I'm not a master. I'm just showing you my process. So hopefully it'll kind of help you in your journey if you want to try this out. So you don't have to break out your face paints, you know, if you're changing up your menu for a client. Alrighty guys, I hope that was helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one.